Charlie, let's be realistic. Make we talk the truth. Is it say Stonebwoy is through Shatta Wale lyrically when it comes to these songs? Or only Shatta on time he has to tour the world, he has to fill the OVO Wembley Arena and eventually fill the O2 Arena. And I say, just say anytime obe try, say obe responding to Shatta's this lyrically, ne career. So I'm saying this because of a recent interview Stonebwoy had in UK off the records where he addressed 4 important things concerning beef in Ghana music industry and beef between himself and Shatta Wale. Ansana, yebeko story we muno. Make sure like this video, share the video, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, meka bibi no mankani ye, and our share video no will be can. Please write that under the comment section for us. Now, yenko the first part out of the 4 parts. Stonebwoy addressing the beef situation in Ghana here. Now, blame content creators, blame bloggers. Or say yen movie and yedi eja she beef nasia. It keeps on getting worse.
But like when we talk about African music, the first country that people bring up is Nigeria, right? Everyone brings up Burna, Wiz, David. Then we speak about the Ghanaian music industry. We speak about Shatta, Stonebwoy, and Sark, right? But what does that look like? I think something I've been thinking about recently is why is it that whenever we have these powerhouses, there's conflict? And what does that conflict feel like in an industry like the Ghanaian music industry, which obviously everybody wants to propel to another level? How do we, I guess what I'm asking is, how do you navigate the conflict with also trying to help propel Ghanaian music?
You're very right in the questioning. I like the way you brought it from Nigeria to Ghana. And I don't think it only stays within Nigeria and Ghana. That would be the case if you monitor it across the globe and in America, everywhere. And the thing is that people have found, especially with the emergence of social media now, based on conversations or having to erupt conversations out of whatever is happening, because now there are a lot of podcasts. Podcasting has become a big branch of the entertainment. I do not think that podcasts were popular even 5 years ago. Nice. People have social media now. Content creation has become a very huge aspect of the entertainment scene across the globe now. I don't think 5 years ago it was like that. I'm bringing this point is because one person, now you don't even need followers to start anything. They pick up a phone, they try to create content off of whatever is happening within the industry. Now, a large percentage of the content created must have electric energy headlines so that people can come in and listen. A large chunk would also create unbelievable stories so that can propel. Just because a lot of people have found jobs, people have found work, people have found occupations around the industry in content creation and that. Why I bring that is that we have actually created a lot of the conflicts. A lot of the conflicts are manufactured, and a lot of the conflicts are unnecessarily expanded,
by the content creators,
exactly,
the social media, the blogs.
Exactly. Not, yes, of course. And these blogs are also consumers. These owners and individual content creators, they are also consumers of the music. Now, taking it from the people, the common consumer part, right? And those that are, now everybody's a content creator as far as I'm concerned. Because you can go on live. Before the live became open to everybody, I think it was for only some verified creators or artists. You see, so I follow the way things are moving and how it has become what it is. That the conflict aspect has become like it is what propels the industry.
So that was the part 1 of what Stonebwoy said. Now, he also spoke on, the fact say Nigerian artists conquer world music. When we talk about top African artists, top 20 cry about Nigerian artists, about 95%. Why that is happening? Now, Stonebwoy took his time to address that as well, or build a point about why he doesn't respond to Shatta's beef.
Now you're asking how we manage through. I think it's very important for especially Ghanaian music, so long as you mention when African music comes to play, they mention Nigeria, Burna, Whiskey, David, Olamide, da 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 da. The question is, how did they get to be the forerunners of African music in our time? It is not by controversy. Controversy does not fill the O2. Controversy does not do the OVO. They do a lot of work. They have to work. They have to push. There's investment. There's collaborations. There's marketing. There's intentionality, such that Nigeria would actually make sure that there's foreign content is given a certain small amount of audience, and then local content is propelled to the highest of level. That notwithstanding, even if Nigeria was a 10,000 population, such methods are going to make sure that they see elevation and progress. Then, on top of it, they now have numbers to back the attitude. So, using that as an example, I believe that from Ghana, the bottom line is we need to focus more on doing the other right things than leaving the propelling of our industry to controversy. So investment is important. Positive attitude towards work is important. The intentionality to push Ghana, promote Ghana from amongst the musicians, from amongst the investors, right? And from amongst the consumers as well, so that we can continue to shine. Because the comparisons and the contrast, or whatever you called it, will always be there.
So, part 3, say, does these things are bloggers, content creators, ne binom yen de enka ho, ne binom the beef, no, new dimension, na omu kanje gum no the petrol, diesel, bibi gum chese, between himself and other artists, most especially Shatta Wale, does it increases competition? Is it any sort of competition between himself and these particular artists? And that's what the content creators and the bloggers do also contribute to, competition existing between them. Stonebwoy Tonebo and Sanye. I don't moment here this part nearby. The main topic, you better address it.
Do you think that there's a competitiveness between front runners that causes that controversy?
Do I think that is the competitiveness?
Yeah, between, I guess you guys are peers, right?
Yeah, no, so the front runners.
Yeah, the front runners of whatever scene it is. So the same thing like we're experiencing it with Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, right?
Yes.
But I think, although I do agree with you in terms of like bloggers and content creators adding to that hype, right?
Exactly. That's what I mean, bottom line.
I agree with you, but I also think that there is some sort of competitive nature in most industries, right?
Absolutely.
But there's some sort of competitive nature that can either be seen positively or can work negatively. And I think amongst musicians, at the moment, it's working negatively.
You're right. I think it's working negatively and is affecting a few things to me. It does more than positively, especially for the Ghanaian industry. That's what I'm trying to paint. Because the other aspects, which are supposed to be pushing, etc., even when they do happen, we find little time to amplify those. We find so much time to amplify the stuff that would cause would the negative stuff, basically. It may sound interesting, but the thing is, I'm not denying the fact that competitiveness is inevitable. Today you wake up in the morning, you have to be competitive with yourself, my brother, to look good again, as good as you looked yesterday. You have to go to Selfridges, Harrods, find something, Bond Street. Yesterday you rocked this. The next minute you want to rock another one that will still, especially if somebody compliments you. Oh, I like that you wore. You go back, you sit down, you check it out. You see, even on a personal level, there's competitiveness. It is inevitable. So how much more against an institution where people are enjoying one artist A, artist B? The comparison is there, it's inevitable. But should we now focus all our attention on dealing with the differences, or should we continue to improve each other, or to continue to improve individual self that will come back to be good for us collectively?
So it is what it is. Now, this is the final and most important part. So Stonebwoy was asked a simple question about responding to beefs. You know, now Otonebo etoto jabs Edema Shatta, even though Amboni Dino, he was referring to Shatta Wale 100%. I say, look, we should check history. The reason why I know he's focused on his craft, his brand, his music, and nobody can sway him from what he does. And it's a Shatta, analyzing the history. He keeps on thriving on beef. She say, and he didn't call for pet no a sparky beef, no a sparky beef, no a sparky beef. And nunti and on no Stonebwoy, on person be fino at all.
You know what I'm saying?
I think I have 2 more questions, right, on this topic. One of my questions is, I saw somewhere online another artist, a Ghanaian artist, said if they do a diss record to another artist, the artist should respond because it's good for the business. If someone disses you on a track, you specifically as Stonebwoy, do you agree?
I do not have to agree to somebody to diss me. You know, an artist does not have to agree before another person disses them. Like, oh, you know what? Tomorrow you have to diss me, okay? Or I want to diss you in the morning. Yeah, I agree, diss me. I don't think it works like there's anything. I don't think that is even a real whatever. But if people decide to do that, then it is a strategy that they want to actually create, right? To just start with the agreement, if whatever. Then on the other hand, in reality, I believe that other artists have also carved a certain niche for themselves. Like, okay, fine. You have to follow the trajectory of such an artist, right? And see, and so long as I'm concerned, they have used that as their style of keeping up.
When you say keeping up, you mean like being relevant?
Yes.
So if someone disses you, an artist has dissed you, they're trying to use that to remain relevant. So, but then my thing is,
that's one of the ways.
Okay, cool. So my thing is, this is the music business, right? And this is music. So if someone that you don't have a good relationship with disses you, do you not feel like for the fans as well, like, okay, maybe I should respond lyrically, musically, versus going back and forth on the internet?
I'm not. I don't think I'm one of the persons who go back and forth.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying
we're speaking music, of course, and this is a musician right here, so I can use me as an example. Cool. Can I? Yeah. So I don't think I go back and forth on the internet, which is my style, and I do not think that I reply to disses as on demand. You know, because importantly, nobody can push my creativity around like that, but I, of course. And then there are other people who would come back online and they enjoy that. So it's just how everybody chooses to express themselves.
So Stonebwoy, and I address 4 important parts when it comes to beef and diss. Now, after watching this video, Adolfo, do you think Stonebwoy is afraid of Shatta? After watching this video, do you really think he's afraid of Shatta lyrically? And as Audrey said, what he is doing is the right thing, hence he's supposed to continue doing that. Please let us know under the comment section. Once again, if you video to this point, we say thank you, God bless you. Don't forget, however, to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Vimbas TV, so, and Vimbas TV.